The TUSY 5-in-1 heat press machine. Gonna unpack it, put it together, show you the features on it. Coming up. I'm Roger and welcome to the loft above the shop, because the shop is full of stuff. Project that I've been working on, and I'm waiting for paint to dry, and I'm not going to stand down there and watch it, and there's no room to shoot any video, so I'm doing this up here in the loft above the shop. Plus this is air conditioned up here, and the heat index outside's over 100, so this is a place to be. What I'm going to be doing here is unboxing this TUSY, and that's the way it's pronounced, is TUSY. I've also heard it pronounced TUSY, which then reminds me of a hussy. Yeah, a whole bunch of people just had somebody come to mind. I just know that. At any rate, it's a TUSY, and I'm going to unbox this, take it out of the box, I'll show you all the components, and we'll see how they all work. Okay, I can see right off that this is very well packed. You have a good design there. Of course, you have the user manual. And then I need to figure out how to get some of this stuff out of here. There's the control head. Would be the electronics portion, and we have some feet. Feet are always good. Power cord. And this here would be the mug press, and the two plate presses as soon as I figure out how they've got these taped together here. There we go. There are the two plate presses. And this here would be the mug press. Running out of places to set things here. We haven't even got to the good stuff yet. Here would be the hat press, I should say cap press, ball cap press, whatever you want to call it. Get that out of the bag here in a little bit. And we have styrofoam and plastic bags. And this might be interesting, getting this up and out and then finding a place to set it. This is somewhat heavy. And of course the styrofoam stayed attached on one side. Get that off of there. If you're not semi-muscular, or let's say you're a small person, or I'm not going to get into the man-woman thing, but when you take that out of the box, you may want to set it on the floor or have someone help you do it, because that was quite a load there, having that in one arm and then trying to get the box out of the way. This plastic bag off of here. Ooh, this has an interesting scent to it, we'll say that. Okay, there's a basic unit. Now I'll get some stuff cleaned up here and we'll get to putting some things together. Okay, time to do a little bit of more setup and checkout. As you saw there, I screwed the feet on the bottom. Not exactly difficult. I'll show you how everything else connects. Get zoomed in on here, you can see it up close. Okay, you see here, this is obviously to lift your plating up and it swings out of the way. To adjust the height, you would obviously want to have it released. There is a knob on the back which is out of camera view, but if you loosen that knob up, you'll be able to turn this here, which you can raise and lower. And I found that there is a little handle here that folds up, right there. That works great for lowering. It doesn't work real well for raising it, so I found out it's better to leave that down and turn this by hand to raise it, unless you can get your hand up underneath here and take some of the weight off, then it's spinning real easy. So that's how you raise and lower that. And once you get it set where you want it, you just tighten the knob down in the back here, and that locks it into place. So it's set pretty loose right now, but next, you've got your controller to mount. Okay, on the controller here, you'll see that it has a couple of DIN connectors right here on the side, and then one DIN receptacle on the back. And DIN, that's what, I'm an electrician, that's what we call them. But let's say they're connectors for the layperson. You've got a two-prong and a four-prong on the side. Both are male. And you have a four-prong female one on the back. Of course, there's where your power cord goes. You'll notice on your the platen, this is the platen, that's the bottom heating element. That has a 4-pin male. That will be going into the 4-pin receptacle on the back right here. And on the upper part, there is a limit switch, which lets the controller know whether the platen is up, like so, or down. I'll show you how that works here in a minute. So you'll want your two-prong connector go into the side over here. You can't put them in wrong, it's keyed, they'll only go in one way. And you'll tighten the little spanner nut up there. And then on the back, I'm doing this disconnected from the machine so it'll be a little bit clearer for you to see. That lined up, little keyway. Screw that in, tighten it up. And there's a slot on the side right here, which is keyed. This just slips into, just like that. And your power cord will plug into the back. And I wish they would have given me a longer cord. Okay, now we'll get back to that limit switch. I'll turn this sideways here so you can see it. Okay, this little arm you see sticking down right here, this little lever, that's called the limit switch. And when this is down, it knows that it's heating and in working, and that will start your timer. When it is up, it hits the screw right here and raises it and tells it to stop. Okay, on the controller, it's right here on the side, power switch on the side, you turn that on. Helps push the button the right direction. You push set, your set point, raise your temperature. Now we actually want to go down for what I'm going to do here. Maximum is 410. I'm going to take this down to about 250. Push set again. It'll be your time. I'm going to take this down to 5 seconds because of what I'm going to do. Hit set again. You're ready to go. And the temperature is rising. This is displayed in Fahrenheit. You do have the option to change this to centigrade if you wish. Yep, it's getting warm. Okay, we're up to temperature. So if you, I've just an old t-shirt in here. I'm not going to do a transfer or anything. It's just for demonstration here on how the timer works. You push your platen down. The timer will start. And it beeps just like our microwave when it's done. You lift this up. Now, this does have a swing away arm. It swings a lot easier to the left. You can swing it all the way out of the way to the left. When you go, if you try to swing it to the right, you're limited in motion to about there. Maybe because my cord's so short, but I found out that swinging it this direction, I could swing it all the way around 180 degrees. And while I've got it back here, there's that knob that you would tighten up and loosen according to changing your pressure. But that's how, ooh, that's warm. So I got a partially ironed old dirty t-shirt. That's how I just wanted to give a little bit of a demonstration on how the timer worked, along with that limit switch. So what I'm going to do now is turn this off. And we're going to let the plate in here cool, and I'll get the mug press set up and show you how that works. Okay, this mug press is made for 11-ounce mugs, and I have just a mug in here. It's not a one that you could actually print on. It was just an 11-ounce coffee mug I managed to find in the cabinet. For adjustments for your tension, there's a knob right here, and you would turn this to increase or decrease your tension according to what you need. Then you pull this handle up, and it locks your mug in place, and you do your pressing. Also on this, there is a limit switch here as well. It lets it know when it's started and when it stopped for your timer. So to connect this, now I'll leave that clamped. You can take this off of the base unit. You don't need to leave it mounted on there. I've still got the power cord plugged in, but you'll see on the side of your mug press, you've got the 2-pole. That's for the limit switch. Again, it goes into this DIN receptacle. And on your other one, you have the 4-pin female. Focused on that here, I hope. There we go. That'll go into the other one here. That one lined up. Only go in one way. Now I'm going to turn this around so I don't have all my cords on top of each other. So we'll have to turn it around the other way so we can see everything. So we'll leave that, have this unclamped here. Turn the power on, and it's going to come back to where I left it. It's going to be at the same temperature that I had set when I had it on the plate in itself. So we'll let that come up to temperature, and we'll just do a little quick press on here, and I'll show you how this works. Okay, so we're up to temperature here, and what you would normally do is put your transfer around here and some heat resistant tape on both sides so that it can't shift. And this actually has some printing on it already that I need to not show. So that would, you just put that into your press then, get a position where you want it. And as soon as you lock it down, it'll start timing. And you would just release it, take it out, and you'd have your transfer on there. Of course, we're not doing that on this right now, but that's a demonstration on how it works. Now what I'll move on to is probably the ball cap press and how you put that on if the plating is cooled down enough for me to take it off. Just shut this down and do some switching around here. Okay, I think what I may show next is the one of the plate presses, because it's one less thing to change around. When I go to put the ball cap press on it, you have to do a bunch of stuff here. I'm going to show you how I do the how to take the plating off. This is still pretty hot. So if you look right here, there's a hole on each side, and within that hole, down with a Phillips screwdriver, and there's a screw on each side. You loosen up a few turns. Then it's a matter of lifting this up and giving it just a little bit of a twist, and the plate will come out, and I have to go set this on the stove because it's hot. Okay, then to put your plate press in, you see here there's 2 screws right at the top. They fit into those keyhole slots that are in the top piece. You just give it a little bit of a twist. You tighten down these two screws, and to connect that, you'll have your limit switch again, as we had when we're using the platen press for the t-shirts or whatever, and you put those into that into the 2-hole DIN connector. Plate press, you see, has a 4-pin female. That also goes into the side here. Oop, don't turn that on yet. You should probably have this unplugged when you're doing this, really. And this will just mount right back on the column. And you can see what you're doing. Of course, you would need to set your height. This would actually need to go down quite a bit. Of course, I don't have a plate. See if I can find something. So I have a plate. It's not one that you would actually sublimate to, but it'll be good enough for this demonstration. Put that in place. Check your pressure, position. You would turn your unit back on. Make sure your handle's all the way up so it's not tripping the limit switch. So let's imagine it is up to temperature. It's not quite yet, but it's close. So then you would have your transfer in there. You would have it taped well so that it couldn't shift. Just a matter of pulling the handle down, letting it time out. Of course, it would be for a much longer time than that. Lift your handle back up, your plate out. Look at there, I got roses. No, those aren't roses. I got flowers. That was already on there. It also has a smaller unit which mounts and works the same way. Now we'll do the ball cap thing after this cools off. Okay, now for the cap press. You'll need to take your rubber mats off of the bottom plate in here. This just slides out. See here, there's keyways in there. They just slide into these keyways here. And you'll see in the very center is another keyway. This is the bottom portion of the press. That just simply slides into that keyway there. And it'll stop. It doesn't go any farther than that. Now on this portion of it, for the upper part, you'll see we have this same thing with the 2 screws. And they will go into those keyhole slots just as the other press did that we use for the plates or for the top plating. Of course, you want to have your cable pointing to the back. Now I'm not going to tighten the other screw because we're not actually going to press a cap. Okay, it was set like that. 4-pin connector into the side. Your power on. I actually do not have a cap out here, but we're just going to press, I'll just put this old t-shirt in there again, just so we got something in there. And up to temperature, we'll just lower the plating. And in real life, you would have just transferred onto a ball cap. All I did was make my old t-shirt warm. There we go. So there's a demonstration of the 5 different modes of the TUSY heat press. Not much assembly required at all out of the box. If you were going to just take it out to print t-shirts or hoodies or sweatshirts or something like that, and that was it, all you need to do is screw the feet on. And the feet are mostly to protect any surface it's on. I've got sitting on vinyl here. This does not slide around here at all. If I had it on a hard surface, it would probably slide all over the place. And underneath this vinyl is an HDPE topped table. And I know it will slide all over there because anything slides on that. But that's a demonstration of this, the different modes on how to use the mug press, the plate press, and the ball cap press. along with the regular plating for doing t-shirts, hoodies, mouse pads, doormats, whatever you want to make. And here coming up shortly, I'll be giving a couple demonstrations on a few different things I'll be making with sublimation. I've got a sublimation printer over here now. I have some projects I need to do, and this will fit the bill. So if you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. Always helps the channel. Always looking for subscribers. Otherwise, I'm Roger, not in the shop, but in the loft above the shop. TUSY Heat Press. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.